Welcome, everybody, on this Menopause Whisper Talk Show, where we want to break the silence around menopause and we want to do it together. Today, we have a very special guest on the show, and I just want to tell about her because there is something like so many things to tell about her. So, her name is Parminder Rajpal. She is from North Carolina. She's been teaching arts more than 30 years, and she is a visual arts teacher in Durham County Public Schools. She has her master degree and she is the gold medalist in watercolor painting. She's been successfully married for last 36 years and mom of two sons who are already married. And again, she is a proud grandmother of 8 years old Sanvi. So I want to welcome Parminder. Parminder, welcome on the show.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good
And
evening. Good
thank you
evening.
for having me. I appreciate.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
My pleasure. And Parminder, we are going to jump in the show directly. And the first thing and the first question which I want to ask you, like this is going to be about the menopause, and we want to just
Mhm.
break the silence. So related to that, did your mom told you anything about menopause when you were growing up or when you married?
No. So I figure out a little bit. I was not much aware of about it, but I still in the memory behind my mind is there. When I was growing up, I saw my mom was having some kind of trouble. She goes to the doctor. She's getting injection once in a month. And later on, when you grow up, you come to know the periods and all. I was realizing maybe she has some kind of that problem. That was in behind my mind when I came to that stage. So no, my mom never talk about it, friendly
And
speaking.
then, okay, so mom never told, but you were guessing it. It was in back of your mind because she was going through some trouble. But as always, the mom don't tell the kids, so you just were guessing. That's what, like, I understand. But like, when did you understand yourself? As you said, like when you reached there, then it was in back of your mind. So did those memories came back, or how did you
Uh,
realize?
It took a while till those memory came to me. The only thing is when it started. So I was not much aware, to be very frankly. I was not much aware, but some things start hot flashes, some mind swinging, and all these things came start coming up. So then heavy periods started. So
Mhm.
then something is striking my mind. Oh, I think my mom had the same kind of issues that though.
Okay.
So, frankly speaking, I didn't take it seriously in the beginning. I said, "Oh, it's a part of routine," because I used to be busy with the jobs, kids, and all. So I didn't pay much attention to it. But slowly, slowly, when I'm seeing my changes, then it strike in my mind, ki, oh, something is like that.
Oh,
Now,
okay, okay. So you did not pay attention. You were busy with your life, and you also thought, like everybody else, like it's just a menopause, maybe, because it's like not a disease, it's a part of the women's life. That's what was your perception. But then you
mhm.
started seeing changes, you said. So what changes did you see visibly? Like, did your, like, in case of like a physical appearance, like a weight gain or something like that? Or anything else happened physically to you, or which you started recognizing, or anything else which is maybe emotionally?
So the mind swinging, which really make me my point. I, being a teacher, I have a lot of patience.
Mhm.
So it start bothering me. I'm start losing my patience for the small things in at home. If somebody talk about general talks, I took it seriously to my heart. Oh, why this person is talking in front of me? Because one, I never say that things. I never talk about that. Why they are talking to me? So these kind of things started rank the for my mindset things, mind
Mhm.
emotionals.
Mhm.
So moreover, I was not able to sleep comfortably many nights. Sometimes I'm good. Sometimes I get up very early morning because of the hot flashes.
Mhm.
So heavy bleeding really bothers me. And later on, when the things get worse, I had my migraine. It started.
Oh,
All of a sudden, when I gets up in the morning, my head start hurting. I went to bed normal, wonderful.
okay.
But in the morning when I gets up, my head was hurting so bad. So you cannot believe it goes that worst. I used to throw up. many times.
Oh my
So
God. Okay.
that's what dizziness and headache,
Uh-huh.
lots of severe headache. And sometimes I was not able to go to the job. I text my principal, and this is a migraine. Then I figured out this kind of migraine started. It never been earlier. Once in a
Mm-hmm.
while, it's happened to everybody, but at that time it started. It's really severe, which has never happened earlier.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
And
that
that
was
was what age range you were in? Like when you said like you started observing like your mind is swinging, the patience you're losing, and you being a teacher, I think the teacher has the immense patience. Like that's their first quality, and like without that you cannot be a teacher, I think. But you started losing patience, so that was your main observation there. And
uh,
the night sleep or hot flashes. So, and being a teacher, I think you might need to go early in the morning to the school, like either other offices like at least 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock or something, but for a teacher I think it's an early day start or something like that. But your night sleep affecting, then migraine started, you said. So what was the age range?
it was 40s, near my 40s, late 40s. Yeah,
Okay, around
40s.
40s, late 40s, this also, I mean, this you started experiencing severe changes which were affecting your performance at the job. You had to call out.
Not much, but
Okay.
the small things are annoying me. But I tried my best to
Uh-huh.
control, but sometimes I raise my voice, which never happened.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So kids are sometimes playful and some they don't listening, and I raise my voice. Then later on, all of it, wait a minute, Parminder, what are you doing? So that was not me. So
Uh-huh.
that I figured out if something is there.
Okay,
So,
okay. So
so
the job you were doing perfectly, it just because of all this discomfort around you, you're like, you were like maybe agitated or maybe just angry or just like, like not, and then later you were realizing also, you said like, okay, well,
why I'm losing temper for a small things.
and
So
were
that
this at the home also, like this kind of thing?
yes, obviously, most of the most of the who deal with me, my husband, he is the one who faced a lot in that time because I
Mhm,
got mad. I very much quick in the argument with him with the small things. So that really happened to me.
mhm,
But
mhm.
later on, it came to my mind that this is that time period is going so heavy flow and all. So
Uh-huh.
one
Did
point,
it affect any way in your relationship or that time? Like, I don't think so. Anything related to like a health, you said, relationship anyway affected, or it affected any of your like finances or career related stuff, like specifically which you remember. Of course, like I feel like you've been married, successfully married. So your husband also like have that reward of like, we have to reward him for the patience during, and
I
she
know,
supported you
I
in
know.
this time actually, like in each of if you have a partner's patience and the support, I think it becomes better, don't you think so?
Um, Let me tell you the truth. I
Hmm.
am more patient than him. So
Okay, good.
I have
Okay.
more patience, but it worked well. It
Okay,
worked well. The time flies.
but then
Yeah.
what happened like when you were losing patience, then what happened?
So the argument comes with the small things I'm telling you. So that bothers me later on.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
that's not me.
Okay. Mhm.
I started working on myself.
Okay, okay.
So
So that gave you indication, and then you started slowly working on it. But did it affect any of your daily routines or anything of that sort? Like,
mm, yeah, sometimes you're not getting night sleep. I used to get up by 4:30. So
oh,
far
okay.
too. I used to get up 4:30, 4:35. Then I start from my home by 6:30. I have to reach to my school before 7. It's a 22 minutes drive.
Uh-huh.
So lethargicness somehow at some points. You feel
Hmm.
lazy, not that energetic
Okay.
sometimes.
Mhm.
So it was very hard at the workplace because the schedule is I'm taking 6 classes every day, 45 minutes per
Wow.
class. And
Uh-huh.
it's so much less gap in 2 classes.
Hmm.
Sometimes you have so much flow. So it was difficult for me to, that was the thing which I was facing, that difficult to go to the restroom quick, come back quick. So
Mhm.
changing and all. So that was the time which was really, that was the only effect on my teaching, not rest. But it's only on me. not
Uh-huh.
on teaching, I should say. It was only
Yeah,
the
your personal.
some hard time, which was really bothers me sometimes.
You have to just keep balancing it.
Yeah,
That time you
yeah.
kept balancing, like, because you had, like, it means this is a very practical situation. Like, you have back-to-back classes and you don't
Yeah,
even have time to go to restroom for change.
5-10 minutes only with a gap. And being an art teacher, I have to get set up for my other class with the material and all.
Uh-huh.
So I start working to gather the material, get ready in the mornings, go early and get set up. So if
Mm-hmm.
I have to use the bathroom, so in the meantime, I can handle it. But that thing's little partially affected, not
Uh-huh.
much, but
Okay.
it does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
No,
does affect
definitely.
that.
Like what you're
It does affect that.
means I can imagine, like, a teacher who has back-to-back classes, and it is going to affect. Means what you're saying is so true, and means really, like, sometimes, like, we can say, like, we get this blessing of, like, somehow that this shall to pass, like that period passed, like, you managed it successfully. You
Yeah.
just came out of it. But then what did help you? Like, how you reduce this symptom, or any help you took that time, so that it to improvise on this?
The I went to one time, I told you, I went to the doctor to get my
Uh-huh.
ultrasound and all.
Uh-huh.
So then they gave the paper thing to read it. And then I start searching online too to get some knowledge, awareness. So I try to keep myself hydrated, drinking a lot of water, keep the bottle,
Okay.
always water bottle with me.
Uh-huh.
So keep my at home at the nighttime, I keep the cool temperature. So hot flashes really, sometimes you feel too much cold all of a sudden you felt, oh, hot. You put the blanket off. Then you get cold. These are the fluctuations. Sometimes hot flashes bothers. So that was going on. Yeah. Then I started a little bit meditation to myself
Uh-huh.
only.
Okay.
So just to change, if the best thing part is at that point, if something bothers you, some talk or anything, just stop thinking about it. Stop.
Mhm.
Change your mind, keep your mind toward other parts. So that really worked well for me. So I I start doing that, ignoring the stuff
Uh-huh.
which bothers me, and I try to keep myself busy and change my mind, keep busy while sailing in that boat in the menopause,
Uh-huh.
perimenopause, and all. So slowly and steadily, I won the race.
Good, good. Like, that's so good to know. And what I understand is, like, you actually went to the doctor and then he gave you some kind of a paperwork. You did your own research. You did some lifestyle changes, and you added meditation also. But one of the biggest thing which you said was, like, in that period, if you get bothered with something, you're saying that you should just means focus on something else and get yourself distracted from there.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it is like it will suck you in, kind of a thing.
step
Yeah.
back from that thought,
Huh.
start thinking something positive on it. Yeah.
And then another thing which you mentioned, you kept yourself busy. And, like, anyway, you are in the creative field, but then you started keeping yourself more busy, you said. That's what
Yeah.
you did?
I love cooking too. I cook a
Okay.
lot.
Uh-huh.
I yeah, that was the thing. And when you're teaching, I teach in now presently I already teach the high school, college too, but presently I'm teaching in the elementary kids, and
Okay.
I'm getting unconditional love from them, hugs from
Wow.
them. So that things also give me a satisfaction.
Uh-huh.
But I have a wonderful family. They are very caring, everyone.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
That helps me. So at that time, at home, my
Mhm.
boys were not married. At that time, I was the only woman in home. So everybody was taking care around this. So now I'm blessed. I have three daughters now, two daughter-in-laws and one
Uh-huh.
grandchild.
No, that is such a big blessing. Like, you're having that family support, and especially like the Indian family where you're mom of only boys. So everybody other than you is the boys in the home until you get the daughter-in-laws. And in that case, if they are connecting to you, taking care of you, that was the really a big blessing, I would say. And
So
if yeah, go ahead. You were saying something?
yeah, I was saying being having boys around it, sons and all.
Uh-huh.
And when my boy was in maybe ninth or seventh, eighth, 10th grade, he was
Huh.
like, "Why, mommy, you're always complaining your tummy is hurting, your tummy is hurting because I take a nap sometimes after school, half an hour or something.
Uh-huh.
So why you complain all the time your tummy hurts?" So I have no word to tell him, "Ki, what is it?" I say, "Yeah, it
Mhm.
is hurting." So the best part is I bear how much pain I can, my stomach pain and all. I did not take any medication.
Oh,
That I control myself. Only migraine thing I take a Tylenol something. Yeah,
okay, okay.
that's me.
So you still have migraine, or now nothing of this is there? Like,
It's maybe once in a 3, 4 months. It happens once if I
okay,
take any stress or something. So, so that happened, but not now.
okay.
Mostly I'm out of it now.
Okay, so that is wonderful. So the thing is, like, it just like that migraine thing is something which pops up, but like you're not taking any prescribed medication for anything, and managing your health and wellness with your own discipline and consistency. Maybe I can say that.
That's very true. That's very true.
Okay, so that is wonderful. Like, it's a big inspiration. And if you just think back and reflect back, okay, like when you had that like experience of not knowing much and you were going through it. So do you want to tell or share with us any biggest mistake you did? So something which strikes you like, okay, this maybe I shouldn't have done this or something like that.
So, yeah, I ignore my symptoms. So what I suggest to the new generation
Mm-hmm.
is li listen to yourself, mindful of
Mm-hmm.
your health, listen to your body, what your body say. So nowadays, I think kids are more aware than our time.
Correct.
So that's the main goal. Listen to your body when you see any change,
Mm-hmm.
then figure out.
No, and that you are saying like a very, very important thing that our body actually talks with us. But like being like you or me also, like we try to be like a superwoman and we are so powerful woman, and then we ignore and like
There you
numb
go.
to it, get numb to it, and that may affect later or will affect later. So your suggestion is like, don't ignore, just listen to your body and start taking care of it, and observe those small changes which are happening than like, before, like, something you were doing like, and which used to work, but now it's not working. So just be alert, aware, like, what is changing in me,
Yeah,
and don't get panic there, but like seek for help. That's what like usually like,
yeah,
you
that's
can do. And if you think of it like anything which you think like could be useful, like any resource, any person, or any of the like nowadays everything is available, like, we think that, but anything specific you think for a woman going through a menopause, like, what help would be beneficial for her in with when you're reflecting back right now. So what help could be help could be beneficial for her?
so I suggest one should talk about it to the
Hmm.
elderly person, elder than them, those who have already experienced. So one should be open for that. So everyone has its own experience, but majority of symptoms are almost same. Many symptoms
Okay.
are the same. So
Mhm.
it is better to talk about it to get more aware of it. So then the mindset will come, oh, it is a natural way we have to deal with it, we are going through with it. So it will make your mind more stronger, it will give you a strength from inner strength. So
Mhm.
you can be bold, you are not taking it, oh, I got this and this, you are going down. If your morale is going down, then it's not good. To keep your morale up, you should be more aware of it. The best thing is you need to talk about it. Either you go to your doctor, or you want to take any elderly person at home, elder sister, your parents, or anybody, mom, so
Mhm.
or a friend. So we should speak out. So we should talk about it instead of choice. Yeah.
And that's a wonderful suggestion. It is like go and talk about it. So, two things, very important things, which you highlighted right now is do not ignore, listen to your body. And like seek for help, ask help, and like just speak about it. Just don't say that, okay, it is happening in part of life. So that the repercussions or the ripple effect, which are the negative ripple effect of like our hormones, which are changing or going down, like, the levels are changing, all these things will not affect physically also, and also emotionally also in your relationship or in your career, at your job, it will not affect. So that's what is so, so important. And thank you so much for highlighting this. Okay.
No,
So
you're
these
welcome.
things I would say, like, you want to repeat, or do you want to give some final note for our young generation, and like anything else which you want to add towards the end of our show?
So the only thing is, which we already talk about it, what they are supposed to do. And I shared my experience, what I was not aware of. So the only thing is suggestion goes to them to speak out. Another thing is uh, everyone has its own body, own function, but try your best to avoid medications if you can. If it is some extent it is very much needed, there's no harm to take it. But every medicine does have those kind of side effects and all. So natural things, your mindset, it really worked well.
Mhm.
So
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 you're
never
saying,
actually.
like, in this period, don't go for like HRT or like any hormone replacement therapy or something. And on top of it, what I hear is, like, you are saying, like, even you are on, suppose somebody is in a diabetes medication or the blood pressure medication or some kind of a chronic disease medication. So they should try in a holistic way to get out of those medication, reduce those numbers or something like that, or no?
No, no,
Okay.
no, no. If the medication prescribed one all regularly you're taking, as I am taking one cholesterol medicine.
Okay.
So that's fine. That's
Okay, that's
another
fine.
thing.
Uh-huh.
Regarding the hormones things and all, avoid those
Oh, okay,
medications
those
if
ones.
you can. If
Okay.
you can.
Okay, okay. So the thing is, like, why I said that, Parminder, was because I had A1C. I was like a diabetes, like so, and then I really don't wanted to go on metformin. So before even metformin started, I tried to restore it in a holistic way. Okay, so that I just am like the way you said, like, I don't want to go on medication. So I took it in that way. Yes, something 100% needed. Like if you have a thyroid, you have to take that medication.
That's
And
exceptional.
many of those, like the cholesterol, which you're saying. So these are the things which keep the body in regulation. Yes, those we are taking, but we are not doing like something like for the weight loss. Suppose because of menopause, hormonal change, you're now gaining
Agree.
weight very fast, too fast.
Yes.
Your belly fat is like increasing. And then you're going after some diet pills or some kind of shortcuts or something that you are saying no, or any of the hormone replacement therapy, no, no. So that you manage with yourself than going for those kind of external help or the some
Yeah.
substance we are getting adding in the
Yes.
body.
So we need to be has a healthy intake, the diet
Uh-huh.
things that
Uh-huh.
we can work on it. So the things like a spicy food, fried things, which really bothers for the goes towards the hot flashes and all that we can cut out or
Okay, that's also
reduce
a good
it.
suggestion. Yes. Uh-huh.
Reduce it. So that we can do it. So regular, the body needs any particular medication, that's fine. That's we have to take it. But avoid the hormone things and all because eh, the same thing you said, the weight loss things and all, we should avoid it. There
Yes.
are other substitute ways.
Correct, correct. And see, the thing what happens like during this period, even suppose somebody doesn't have any blood pressure issue or the sugar issue, okay? But
Mhm.
if you're not taking care, so many times it is observed that the women after 50, suddenly something starts, like, like because that menopause goes away and then the post menopause starts, and then those things come up as some kind of a small diseases because like the body is not processing the way, and then you go on medication if you're like having some condition which is okay. But that also could be avoided for sure. And of course this external thing can be avoided with, as you said, like can have a side effect, like
Yeah.
the shortcuts, we can just say a
Yes.
shortcut like on
Yeah. That's the right word.
it's a
Yeah.
fast way, but like if we go slower and a longer way, it can sustain long time and like permanent changes. And like we are going to live average is 75, 80 years anyway. So even you're
Mhm.
50, like you still have 30, 35 years to live. And just we want to live healthy and like,
Yeah.
independently.
Yeah.
that kind of a motive we can have and just have the happy healthy life. And looking at you, I feel that yes, you're the most happy and the blessed person, like,
Thank
and you're
you.
keeping
Thank you.
yourself
Thank you.
busy, you're in that art world, and like it's
Thank
like
you.
my pleasure and love to
Thank
have you as a friend and know.
Same as here. Thank you for giving me a chance to speak out. I never ever get a chance to speak on this topic, but I like it.
Thank
Thank
you so much. Thank
you.
you
Thank
adding the
you.
value. And I would just encourage everybody over here, if you want to speak your story, want to talk about menopause, feel free to email me on Coach Geeta 360, Coach Geeta 360 at gmail.com. We can set up some talk like this. And anything else, if this talk is helping you, okay, so give us thumbs up or something like that. Okay.
Okay.
And
It
like
does.
we can do like
To
this, and
me,
then it will
to
be
me
thumbs.
too, to
Yes.
express myself. Yeah.
Like this. Thank you so much, Parminder, and I'll get in touch with you. Thank you. See
Thank
you.
you. Have a good evening. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.